Post-training notice. National First-Class Registered Exorcist. Extra Chapter. Happy Days Are Coming Soon, Part 3. In the evening, it started raining outside. Zhi Xiaoduo held an umbrella, and entered the restaurant that Wang Ren had picked. He often ate there, and he stood on the escalator with a gloomy expression on his face. The restaurant served Cantonese cuisine. Zhi Xiaoduo went inside and sent him a WeChat message. The other party said that he was still on the way and asked Zhi Xiaoduo to sit down first. Zhi Xiaoduo found a vacant seat and sat down, scrolling through his phone while he waited for a full half an hour. Suddenly, he had a strange feeling and raised his head, as if a silent signal had suddenly appeared in his life. A man wearing a black suit jacket and jeans came in from the main entrance of the restaurant and looked around. Zhi Xiaoduo laughed and raised his hand. The man glanced at him and walked towards him. Half his body was drenched in the rain, and he took off his coat and hung it on the chair. From inside his semi-wet white shirt, the beautiful and distinct contours of his muscles were faintly visible. His skin was a healthy bronze color, and he had deep, thick eyebrows, big eyes, short hair, and long, strong and beautiful fingers. Xiang Chen, he introduced himself with a smile. Zhi Xiaoduo, my name is Zhi Xiaoduo. At that moment, a faint light emanated from under the table, and the moonlight stone anklet lit up. The warm blue light flowed out like ripples of water. I'm sorry, Xiang Chen said. You've been waiting for a long time, traffic was jammed. Zhi Xiaoduo said, it's not easy to park here. My boss chose this place. The person who replied to you this afternoon, it wasn't me. Xiang Chen laughed and said, I can't afford a car, I should take the subway next time. Your boss was peeking at your phone. N. Zhi Xiaoduo's face had already turned red all the way to the base of his ears. At that moment, he seemed to have strangely lost all the memories of the past, and it was as if, sitting in front of him, was his destined person. The past was no longer important, and the present was the sole source of all the strong and vivid feelings that arose in him. After a moment of silence, Xiang Chen said, what would you like to eat? Should we order some dishes? Oh, yes. Zhi Xiaoduo said, how about pepper chicken? Do you want to eat abalone? Xiang Chen said, whatever you want to order. It's too expensive, Zhi Xiaoduo said, and the taste is just average. Zhi Xiaoduo ordered some cheap and affordable dishes, and he and Xiang Chen each drank their separate cups of tea. He shyly lifted his eyes up to look at him. The fact was, this person was not very handsome either. His main charm was that his facial features went together well and that he carried a strong masculine charm. Compared to the British-style fresh meat he had seen last time, Xiang Chen was darker and had rougher features that were not delicate. However, this was precisely Zhi Xiaoduo's taste. He felt that Xiang Chen was very calm and reliable, and was a hot guy who could make people feel at ease. What's your job? Xiang Chen thought for a while and found a topic. Drawing blueprints. Zhi Xiaoduo said, I'm an architect, what about you? Xiang Chen replied, I work at a shipping company. I'm a blue-collar worker. Zhi Xiaoduo nodded and then remained silent for a while before Xiang Chen said, did your boss intentionally prank you? No, Zhi Xiaoduo smiled. My boss is my good friend, and seeing that I can't find a partner, he's always worried about me. That's good, Xiang Chen said. I was startled when the tone was off in the afternoon. The two people had a deep connection, and when they looked at each other, they both started laughing. When the dishes arrived, they exchanged a few pleasantries and checked each other's household registries to understand each other's situation. After finishing that comparison, Zhi Xiaoduo suddenly felt that the dishes at this restaurant were very delicious. Xiang Chen even used the sharing chopsticks to pick up vegetables for him and said, you've been busy all day, eat more. You should eat more, too. Zhi Xiaoduo ladled some soup for him. After dinner, Zhi Ziaduo wanted to pay the bill, but Xiang Cheng had already taken it away and said, "Next time you do it. Unless you don't want to come out to eat with me again, then you can pay this time." Zhi Ziaduo had no choice but to let Xiang Cheng pay. Their one meal had cost 400 yuan, which was a bit expensive for someone working at a shipping company. After dinner, Xiang Cheng saw off Zhi Ziaduo at the subway, still chatting and laughing together. Xiang Cheng said, "When I first came to Guangzhou, I couldn't understand any Cantonese. It sounded just like birds chirping. Then what about now?" Zhi Ziaduo asked. Xiang Cheng said, "It's okay, I understand a bit, but I don't know how to speak it." Zhi Ziaduo taught Xiang Cheng how to speak Cantonese on the subway. Xiang Cheng spoke very strangely, and after a while, the two of them laughed heartily again. "This is my stop," Zhi Ziaduo said to Xiang Cheng. Xiang Cheng said, "See you next time, and let's keep in touch through WeChat." Zhi Ziaduo got off the subway and couldn't help but look down while holding onto the escalator rail. All the way until the train left, he had a smile on his face. When he walked out of the subway station, it was raining outside. He let out a yo-ha sound and ran into the rain, splashing into the puddles. The scattered rain, like the most beautiful notes in the world, accompanied him all the way back home. After taking a shower, he came out. His phone had lit up on the table. It was a message from Green Tea Chivas Regal from an hour ago. "Are you there? I suddenly remembered it was raining outside, so I bought an umbrella and brought it for you. Wait for me at the subway station." "Are you still there?" "I'm at the subway station." "Have you already gone back?" "Then I'll head back now." "Go take a shower at home and don't catch a cold." "I'm home now." Zhi Ziaduo hurriedly grabbed his phone and replied to his messages, saying that he was sorry but that he had run back and not seen Xiang Cheng's messages. Xiang Cheng had also guessed that and said good night to him, and then there were no more messages. That night, Zhi Ziaduo hugged the blanket and rolled back and forth, recalling every word they said when they had met today. He then opened his phone again and quickly reviewed the WeChat messages they had sent each other, deleted the messages Wang Ren had sent, and lay alone in dumb enjoyment. Late at night, he fell asleep to countless sweet dreams, and under the blanket, the moonlight stone shimmered with a faint blue light. The next day, Xiang Cheng said he had something to do and had plans to meet someone for a meal, so he couldn't come over to find Zhi Ziaduo. Zhi Ziaduo said that that was fine. After the blueprints were approved, there was nothing to do, so he chatted with Xiang Cheng on his phone. "Xiang Cheng, I want to buy a house. I'm in my 30s, but I still don't have a house. The housing prices in Guangzhou are too expensive." "Zhi Ziaduo, you can get a mortgage." "Xiang Cheng, did you buy your own house?" "Zhi Ziaduo, I'm also renting. I was a bit tempted before, but I found the mortgage also quite annoying. The main thing is the stress of life." Xiang Cheng sent a photo to Zhi Ziaduo, which showed rows of shelves in a warehouse supermarket. The warehouse and logistics staff were unloading the goods, stacking snacks in the car, and pushing them away. The chocolate had been heaped up like a mountain. "What do you want to eat? Do you like these?" Xiang Cheng continued to send a bunch of pictures, all of which were snacks near his spot at work. Zhi Ziaduo quickly answered him, "You'll get found out." "Xiang Cheng, I'm not taking them, I'll buy them from the supermarket. We get a discount." Zhi Ziaduo didn't have anything he wanted to eat, so he said no and they chatted a bit more. When it was time to get out of work, Xiang Cheng left. Zhi Ziaduo was eating alone outside when he suddenly thought of Xiang Cheng. He swiped his WeChat a few times, and Xiang Cheng's messages appeared again. "Xiang Cheng, have you eaten yet?" Xiang Cheng sent a picture of him eating with friends outside, and Zhi Ziaduo also sent him a photo of himself eating. Xiang Cheng knew that he was eating right now, so he didn't disturb him. Today, Zhi Xiaoduo began to feel like he had fallen in love. The previous confusion was swept away, but with it came an even more indescribable loneliness. The feeling was so clear, just like when he was little and had received a tiny bit of money, he would go buy a bottle of soda, and he drank it quickly and then wanted to continue drinking, and couldn't help but continue to reminisce about the taste. The more he reminisced, the more he wanted to drink it, but no matter how he scratched his head, he couldn't drink any more. His ears became very sensitive, constantly paying attention to the movements of his phone. Even if there was no ding or vibrations, he would pick it up and scroll through it. Zhi Xiaoduo, enough. His bestie who was eating with him said, "Can you have some dignity?" Okay, Zhi Xiaoduo put down his phone and said, "I won't play with it anymore." It's not a matter of whether you're fiddling with it. How can you respond in seconds? Bestie said, "That's really too sincere." Zhi Xiaoduo, why not respond in seconds? Bestie said, "You have to pretend that besides dating, you also have your own life, okay? Look at the messages my husband sends me, I never reply in a second." Zhi Xiaoduo. "But we haven't started dating yet," said Zhi Xiaoduo. "He hasn't confessed to me yet. That's why you need to be more reserved." Bestie said. "Okay," Zhi Xiaoduo replied, then glanced at his phone. Xiang Cheng sent a message asking, "Have you eaten yet?" Zhi Xiaoduo immediately replied, "I'm eating right now, are you coming over?" Bestie. Zhi Xiaoduo said, "I'll remember next time." Xiang Cheng then said, "It's rush hour, so it will take an hour and a half for me to get there. You eat first, don't wait for me, and we'll have a snack later." Zhi Xiaoduo immediately replied, "You should also eat first, don't starve yourself." Bestie beat Zhi Xiaoduo violently, and he dared not fight back because she was pregnant. It wasn't until very late, after Bestie's husband came to pick her up, that Xiang Cheng came over. He looked very busy and a bit tired, rubbing his fingers between his eyebrows. "Here you are." Zhi Xiaoduo handed him a box of Japanese patches to relieve muscle soreness, saying, "You can use them when you feel cramps." "I also brought you something," Xiang Cheng said. "I drove the company car today and will send you home later." Zhi Xiaoduo really wanted to stay with Xiang Cheng for a while. Even if they didn't say anything and just ate snacks and looked at each other, he felt very at peace and find enjoyment in it. However, Xiang Cheng kept glancing at his watch. "Are you busy?" Zhi Xiaoduo said, "You can go first if you have something to do." Xiang Cheng was looking at his watch and replied, "No, I'm thinking about how much more time I can spend with you today." Zhi Xiaoduo. "It's strange to say that," Xiang Cheng said with a smile. "Every time I see you, I don't feel tired anymore. Even if we don't speak, and just sit face to face looking at each other, I feel very comfortable." Zhi Xiaoduo blushed and asked, "Was work tiring?" "Not bad," Xiang Cheng said. "I should have come earlier today so we could have dinner together." "It's okay," Zhi Xiaoduo said. "Are you free tomorrow?" "Yes," Xiang Cheng said, "I'll skip out of work early tomorrow and leave then, so I won't get stuck in traffic anymore." "There are still 40 minutes left for our meeting today," Zhi Xiaoduo said. "I have to go back and sleep before 11 o'clock. Xiang Cheng laughed and said, "Then we'd better focus, ba." "I can't help it, it's like eating a delicious ice cream, I can't help but think about how much is left. If only we could have another one, right?" Zhi Xiaoduo joked. The corners of Xiang Cheng's mouth carried a smile, and he looked into Zhi Xiaoduo's eyes, saying happily, "Unfortunately, with many things, either due to money or time constraints, we can't eat until we are full." In the dimly lit cafe, Xiang Cheng sat cross-legged, his leather shoes and Zhi Xiaoduo's sneakers lightly touching each other, and their moonlight stone anklets lit up with blue light. "My grandmother said before," Zhi Xiaoduo said seriously, "the better the thing, the less one can be greedy and hoard it. You only need to feel a little bit, so that you can occasionally reminisce about it and with your feelings and memories, re-experience the taste. Is dating the same way? Xiang Cheng asked. Zhi Xiaoduo thought to himself, are we dating? But you didn't tell me you wanted to date me, did you? He didn't answer the question and his thoughts diverged a bit, turning into a complete blankness. The dessert shop was about to close, so Xiang Cheng and Zhi Xiaoduo came out and got into a small truck. He had Zhi Xiaoduo take the passenger seat and sent him home. When they got home, Xiang Cheng went to the back of the car and carried out 2 boxes of fruit juice drinks, saying, I bought them for you. Zhi Xiaoduo wanted to help, but Xiang Cheng signaled that there was no need and asked him to go up and open the door first, bringing the boxes into his house. Come in and have a seat, Ba, Zhi Xiaoduo said. No, Xiang Cheng stood at the door and said, you should rest early. Zhi Xiaoduo, then. Good night. Xiang Cheng lowered his head and kissed Zhi Xiaoduo on the cheek. Zhi Xiaoduo's face turned red in an instant, his face so hot that even he himself could feel it. His heart rate soared to 108 bpm in an instant, leaving his mind completely blank. Xiang Cheng's face also turned red, and he ran away quickly and shouted in the hallway, I'll come pick you up for dinner tomorrow night. Zhi Xiaoduo. Zhi Xiaoduo was already completely out of it, but Xiang Cheng quickly ran away. His scent and his warmth seemed to remain at the door, never leaving. Zhi Xiaoduo turned around and threw himself onto the sofa, grabbing the pillow and shouting ah. His eyes kept spinning, and he had completely fallen for him. After a full hour, only then did Zhi Xiaoduo struggle to get up and close the door. After Xiang Cheng returned home, he also sent a message to Zhi Xiaoduo, I'm home, good night. He said good night, good night, good night, good night. Zhi Xiaoduo instantly felt that this evening was extremely wonderful. Good night when split out was good and night, as if through this brief greeting, he could glimpse the beautiful autumn night, with the charming atmosphere of night and the good that had been spoken with such thoughtfulness. Good night. A warm and affectionate greeting. Good night. Life would no longer be lonely. Good night. Starry skies and universe, the great wisdom of existence. Zhi Xiaoduo smiled in this great wisdom and fell asleep. Asterisk. Are you sick? Wang Ren asked. You're the one who's sick, Zhi Xiaoduo replied rudely. Wang Ren, you've taken half a day to draw a stairway. If you're sick, go home and rest. Zhi Xiaoduo said solemnly, if you're going to fire me then give me back my certificate while you're at it. The world was vast, and Zhi Xiaoduo's grade 1 certificate stood the tallest, so Wang Ren had no choice but to remain silent. Zhi Xiaoduo's head was still emitting pink bubbles while he faced the autumn leaves outside the window, immersed in his love with Xiang Cheng. Asterisk. Oh, are you dating now? Bestie asked. Zhi Xiaoduo put away his silly smile and waved his hand. At the coffee shop, Bestie interrogated Zhi Xiaoduo and shouted, why did you find someone who just works as a porter? What porter? Zhi Xiaoduo said, he also makes 8,000 a month. Bestie. What about your 121 conditions for choosing a partner? Bestie asked. Zhi Xiaoduo was shamefaced, he had already forgotten all 121 of them. In the end, he had to say, anyway, I just like him. Oh, so you're dating now. Bestie's husband was not available today, so Chi Wei came over specifically to pick up Bestie for a prenatal checkup. Zhi Xiaoduo got in the car and said seriously, we haven't even compared our 8 characters yet. Chi Wei wanted to ask, but Zhi Xiaoduo refused to say anything. Chi Wei had no choice but to say, come out sometime and we'll treat your guy to a meal. Zhi Xiaoduo felt that Chi Wei and Xiang Cheng were in completely different circles. After thinking for a moment, he said, let me ask him, he may be a bit busy. Qi Wei said to Zhi Ziaduo, I wanted to start a new company recently, and I just so happened to be looking for help. Seeing Qi Wei's appearance, it seemed that he wanted to help introduce some reliable work to Xiang Cheng. Coincidentally, Xiang Cheng himself had mentioned last time that working in shipping was too tiring and that he wanted to switch jobs. However, they had not yet started a formal relationship, and Zhi Ziaduo was not sure if Xiang Cheng may suffer a blow to his self-esteem from this. After careful consideration, it is better to be cautious. Your friends are all very wealthy, right? Sure enough, Xiang Cheng mentioned this during this meeting. They're all right, ba. Zhi Ziaduo had just briefly mentioned Qi Wei's matter, trying to test whether Xiang Cheng was willing to work at Qi Wei's company. He revealed a bit and said, they're just worth a few million yuan. Just, Xiang Cheng laughed. Zhi Ziaduo laughed heartily. Xiang Cheng was in good spirits today. He had slept at home all day during the weekend, cleaned up, and then went out for a date. They walked slowly outside the park, basking in the warm autumn/winter sun, nice and cozy. Have you argued with your supervisor recently? Asked Zhi Ziaduo. Yes, Xiang Cheng replied. We argue every day, and I don't want to work there anymore. The supervisor is making things difficult for me all day long. Xiang Cheng's job was being a deputy supervisor. That meant he was often bullied by supervisors who took money but didn't work, forcing him to run up and down, and often being reported by supervisors to their superiors. Do you like your current job? Xiang Cheng suddenly asked. It's okay, Zhi Ziaduo said. I have to eat after all, but it's a bit tiring. I often work overtime. It was okay before I turned 25, but it's gradually getting worse now. Do you think it's appropriate for me to resign? Xiang Cheng then asked Zhi Ziaduo. Zhi Ziaduo and Xiang Cheng sat on a bench in the park, and he began to analyze the pros and cons for Xiang Cheng. Based on his ideas and after planning a little, he felt that even if Xiang Cheng kept working at this company, even if it was at the middle or senior level, he would still only get 20,000 yuan a month. There was not much room for improvement, so it was better to change jobs. But what was suitable for him? Xiang Cheng lacked technical skills and educational qualifications. He has never studied again since graduating from junior high school and had been wandering around in society since then. He was already in his 30s when he managed to reach a position of earning 8,000 yuan per month. His self-esteem was too strong, and he was often looked down upon. Zhi Ziaduo knew that Xiang Cheng had to be a bit sensitive in his heart. He resisted every word or action from others, but he had become accustomed to society and just wouldn't say anything about it. I only have a junior high school diploma, Xiang Cheng said. Whatever job I can find, the salary is not high. Recently, I have looked at several job vacancies and found that the supervisory positions all require a graduate degree. If I knew that back then, I would have studied harder. Zhi Ziaduo said, actually, I think after working for a period of time, there is generally no need to submit resumes to find a job. Xiang Cheng said, but I don't have any connections either. They looked quietly at the children flying kites on the lawn, and Zhi Ziaduo vaguely felt that if it weren't for everything in that dream-like existence, his life with Xiang Cheng might have been like this. The world outside and the world inside were like two sides of a mirror, reflecting their ideals and reality. When I saw you in the coffee shop that day, Xiang Cheng said, I guess that you must have been doing very well. It's not that good either, said Zhi Ziaduo. Aren't I still working for other people? Xiang Cheng thought for a moment and said, an educated person, with both culture and social status, is different from an outsider like me. After struggling for so many years in such a big city, I still feel like I don't have a place in Guangzhou. I want to go back, Xiang Cheng said leisurely as he pressed his cigarette butt into the trash can next to the bench. But the house in my hometown has been demolished, it's gone. In the inner world, Xiang Cheng was a great hero who saved the world, full of boundless opportunities and magnificent adventures. In the surface world, he was still sitting in this park, an ordinary rural man with a junior high school education who worried about work and life. This truly is life, Zhi Xiaoduo muttered to himself. What? Xiang Cheng didn't understand. Zhi Xiaoduo laughed and stood up, saying, I like you like this. Let's go ba. Where are we going? Xiang Cheng asked. I'll buy groceries and cook at your house. Zhi Xiaoduo asked. Wait, Xiang Cheng said, I have something I want to say to you. Xiang Cheng stood up, and Zhi Xiaoduo looked at him seriously, wanting to comfort him with a few words, but Xiang Cheng took out a packaged box from his bag and gave it to him. It's for you, Xiang Cheng said. The box was wrapped with wrapping paper, and Zhi Xiaoduo said in confusion, It's for me? What day is today? Nothing special, Xiang Cheng smiled. It's just. It's for you. Thank you, Zhi Xiaoduo smiled and wanted to put away the box, but noticed that Xiang Cheng seemed to be waiting for him to open it. After thinking for a moment, he carefully opened the packaging paper, which contained a pair of Apple Watches. Zhi Xiaoduo. This is too expensive, Zhi Xiaoduo said. Xiang Cheng laughed, and Zhi Xiaoduo said, All right ba, thank you. Xiang Cheng said, I feel like you have everything you need, and I don't even know what to give as a gift. How can that be? Zhi Xiaoduo laughed and said, I really like it. Zhi Xiaoduo put on his watch and thought to himself that this pair of watches would have cost Xiang Cheng a month's salary. With his current pay, this was indeed a very thoughtful gift. Is the other one for wearing on my right wrist? Zhi Xiaoduo asked. Xiang Cheng. That one is mine, Xiang Cheng said. Zhi Xiaoduo realized what was going on and put it on Xiang Cheng. Xiang Cheng pressed it a few times, and there was a heart rate monitor and GPS system. After setting it up for Zhi Xiaoduo, he lit up his watch at Zhi Xiaoduo and said, Now you can see where I am from your phone. Zhi Xiaoduo laughed, and Xiang Cheng said, Your heart is beating really fast. A little bit. Zhi Xiaoduo's face felt a little hot, and he was very embarrassed, saying, Then you can also know my location. N. Xiang Cheng said, There is a lover's app that the salesperson taught me to set up. If you don't like it, I will cancel it now. No, no. Zhi Xiaoduo said, It's fine with me. In this way, Xiang Cheng and Zhi Xiaoduo could see each other's heart rate, sleeping state, and location on their respective watches. Can I? Xiang Cheng thought for a moment and said, Make a request. Zhi Xiaoduo said in confusion, I. Xiang Cheng was a bit nervous. Diddy the newly worn watch started to sound an alarm. Xiang Cheng's heartbeat instantly soared, and Zhi Xiaoduo immediately understood. He wanted to confess. Was he going to confess? Come on. Speak up. They just stood face to face in a daze. Diddy the heart rate monitor continued to sound the alarm, and Xiang Cheng's face was completely red as he cancelled the alarm. You. Xiang Cheng said, Your conditions are really, very. Zhi Xiaoduo. I don't deserve you, Xiang Cheng said. This request may be a bit excessive. Zhi Xiaoduo. Zhi Xiaoduo's watch had also begun to sound an alarm. His breathing was rapid, and as he stood in the autumn sun, the whole world was filled with ubiquitous golden sunlight. The moonlight stone anklet on the two of them instantly lit up, emitting a brilliant blue light. A dog ran over and barked, Wang, towards them. Go away. Xiang Cheng frowned. Zhi Xiaoduo. You. Don't say that, Zhi Xiaoduo said. You're very good You're tall, handsome, and very warm. I don't have money or education, and I'm not doing well, Xiang Cheng said with a hint of frustration. Zhi Xiaoduo laughed and said, But you work really hard. As long as you work hard, and you have goals in life, things will work out. Xiang Cheng hesitated to say something, but a gust of wind blew by, causing the leaves to clatter and yellow leaves to fly past them. I don't think you would. Xiang Cheng said, what kind of person do you like? Zhi Xiaoduo said, I don't know either. In fact, I have heard a saying that what is lacking is what is loved. Xiang Cheng. It's like, Zhi Xiaoduo thought for a moment and said, liking some of the traits that you don't have. For example, a technical worker like me, I like those who graduated from junior high school but didn't go to college, those who enjoy doing physical work, those who are more simple, those in the sports department, and those like you. Have you found someone like that before? Xiang Cheng said. Before now, no, Zhi Xiaoduo replied. I like you, so can you consider me? Xiang Cheng finally made up his mind and said. Okay, Zhi Xiaoduo replied without any hesitation. At dusk, the moonlight stones gently bloomed with light, and suddenly bloomed from their ankles, spreading a blue wave of light that blanketed the ground. The edges of the waves shimmered with white light, spreading rapidly from the park. On that day when the earth veins intersected, the bright moon rose in the east, and the sun sank in the west. The romantic light of the moonlight stones covered the city, mountains, and rivers like a carpet, endlessly drifting towards the horizon. Time seemed to have stopped, and in front of them, blue light glowed. The blue light flew in motes of light, and the whole world sang for it. Xiang Cheng was about to die from nervousness as he reached out his hand and reached out to Zhi Xiaoduo. Zhi Xiaoduo placed his hand in his palm, and Xiang Cheng held his hand. When they held hands, the surroundings seemed to return to their original state. The sunset gradually fell silent on the horizon, leaving behind a crimson glow. The noisy sound of traffic returned, and Xiang Cheng suggested, let's go eat. Zhi Xiaoduo's face was flushed, and he followed Xiang Cheng, his palms sweating with nervousness, feeling a bit uncomfortable, but he felt too embarrassed to let go. Outside the park, some people curiously looked at them, and when they reached the bus stop, Xiang Cheng took the opportunity to let go of his hand. Zhi Xiaoduo saw Xiang Cheng smiling the entire time and suddenly also felt amused. The two of them faced each other and burst into laughter. Ha ha ha. Zhi Xiaoduo said, you. Why are you laughing? Xiang Cheng felt both embarrassed and amused. He turned his head and couldn't help but want to stare at Zhi Xiaoduo, saying, I don't know, why are you laughing? Zhi Xiaoduo shook his head, indicating that it was nothing. The bus arrived, and the two of them squeezed in, pressing tightly together in front of the door. Xiang Cheng was only wearing a thin white shirt, and Zhi Xiaoduo was pressed against the strong muscles under his shirt, feeling his scorching body temperature and his intense heartbeat. Where are we going for dinner? Zhi Xiaoduo asked. Xiang Cheng signaled that he would arrange it, and the two of them were squeezed in that small space for 5 or 6 stops. Outside a residential area, Xiang Cheng entered the supermarket and pushed the cart. Zhi Xiaoduo bought his favorite dishes to cook at home. After entering the residential area, they returned to Xiang Cheng's home. Xiang Cheng's home was neatly tidied up, and the furniture was also very simple. There were a lot of martial arts books that Taiwanese street vendors sold from the 1980s and 1990s on the bookshelf, such as Master of the Celestial Evil Cult and the World of Martial Arts. Occasionally, he found a few books by Jin Yang, Huan Yi, and Wen Ruiyan. Zhi Xiaoduo stood in front of the bookshelf and asked, do you like Gulong? Gulong's books aren't cool enough, Xiang Cheng said while cooking in the kitchen. The protagonists are all too powerful and out of touch, I don't like them. Really, Zhi Xiaoduo thought to himself, you are a young man getting up in the years who likes to read smutty martial arts novels and fantasize about turning into a hero. But I also like reading Taiwanese novels and fantasizing about the domineering CEO falling in love with me or something like that. Xiang Cheng was very fast, taking just an hour before the food was ready. He set up a table on the balcony, lit candles, placed 2 glass wine glasses there, poured juice for Ji Xiaoduo, and they had dinner while watching the night scenery. "Do you want to stay at my house tonight?" Xiang Cheng lowered his head to give shrimp to Ji Xiaoduo and asked. Ji Xiaoduo's heart rate monitor was beeping again. I'm not ready yet," Ji Xiaoduo said. Xiang Cheng laughed and said, "I thought you could move over and save rent on your end." "I paid 3 months in advance," Ji Xiaoduo replied, "it's until the end of this month." Then finish your lease first," Xiang Cheng said. End chapter. Post-training notice. National First Class Registered Exorcist. Extra chapter. Happy days are coming soon, Part 4. After dinner that day, Ji Xiaoduo kept feeling as if the relationship between the two of them had become odd. It was as if as soon as Xiang Cheng had given voice to that confession, the two of them had become even more polite with each other, to the point where they didn't know how to properly interact. "Then, I'll be going," Ji Xiaoduo said. "Xiang Cheng, let me send you home." No, Ji Xiaoduo hurried to turn him down. "I'll go back by myself. It's not late." Xiang Cheng smiled. "Then see you tomorrow." Xiang Cheng was wearing his loungewear, but he waited with Ji Xiaoduo until Ji Xiaoduo called a taxi. As the taxi drove away, Ji Xiaoduo saw him still standing in front of the bus stop. What warm-hearted man vibes he's giving off. Having such a domestic boyfriend basically fulfilled all of Ji Xiaoduo's requirements. The only thing was that his money was a little lacking, his job was a little hard, and his education level was not high. After getting out of the taxi, Ji Xiaoduo walked home. He completely forgot what he had eaten that night, and his entire self felt out of it. He was so nervous that he felt a little like he wanted to throw up. But near the ground floor of his building, he saw a person. That person's build was tall and lithe, and he was leaning up against a telephone pole, smoking. His hair was a little long enough to cover his eyebrows, and he gave off a bit of the air of a melancholy prince. "Hey," that man said. "Ah, hey," Ji Xiaoduo replied. The man continued, "Long time no see. Dane." Ji Xiaoduo dug through the depths of his brain before he finally remembered that this person was Dane, who had once had a blind date with him. "That day, I saw you and someone else get into a taxi," Dane said. "What's his name? Is he your lover?" Ji Xiaoduo thought for a moment, before replying, "He's my boyfriend." "What about it?" "Dane, can you give me a way to contact him?" Ji Xiaoduo narrowed his eyes slightly and thought for a moment, before replying, "I can." "What's wrong?" Dane handed Ji Xiaoduo a slip of paper. Ji Xiaoduo noticed that there was an odd symbol on Dane's wrist, and he felt as if he had seen it before. He wrote Xiang Cheng's cell phone number out for Dane, telling him to contact him himself. Dane was very grateful for that. Not long after, Ji Xiaoduo forgot all about this, and it wasn't until much later that he remembered it again. "Oh?" Xiang Cheng asked. He did in fact come to find me." "Why was he looking for you?" Ji Xiaoduo couldn't resist asking an extra question. "Xiang Cheng, he was asking about where I found my handsome boyfriend. He wanted to find one too." Ji Xiaoduo laughed loudly at that. There was a smile in Xiang Cheng's eyes, and his face was faintly pink. The two of them sat in a Western restaurant, eating some cheap steak that cost 58 yuan a portion. Ji Xiaoduo picked at his salad with his fork, but he couldn't resist the urge to look up, out of the window, where a light rain was falling. The two of them were pressed very close to each other as they spoke. Being in love was a very happy feeling, because there was a person in this world who, whenever he saw some funny Weibo post, heard of some interesting thing, read a good book, or was given some award money, he could always tell these things to. Even if he was shopping alone, or browsing the internet alone, whenever he saw some clothes, he would think of Xiang Cheng putting them on. He might even look really good in them. When do you plan on giving it to me? Xiang Cheng's eyes still had that smile in them, and his face was still faintly pink. At Zhi Xiaoduo froze for a few moments, before his entire face flushed red. The check, please. Xiang Cheng snapped his fingers. The two of them looked at each other. On the surface, Xiang Cheng was paying the bill, but under the table, he warmly touched Zhi Xiaoduo's foot with his leather shoes. Even Zhi Xiaoduo's breathing was about to stop. It was still raining outside, so he might as well go stay over at Xiang Cheng's place anyways. Zhi Xiaoduo was thinking that if Xiang Cheng brought it up one more time, he would probably agree. He liked Xiang Cheng so much, and he could also feel Xiang Cheng's burning love for him. As soon as they saw each other, both their heartbeats would speed up. Should I send you back? Xiang Cheng asked. Zhi Xiaoduo wondered, are we going to my house to spend the night? He was very, very nervous today. He hadn't done any sort of preparation, nor had he bought any condoms, although Xiang Cheng definitely wasn't messing around with other people. Xiang Cheng had gotten almost no weird calls when they were on their dates, and if there were any, it was from his job. It was raining outside, and Guangzhou's subways were packed. Xiang Cheng and Zhi Xiaoduo hugged each other as they squeezed into a corner beside the doors. Zhi Xiaoduo swiped through his phone, while Xiang Cheng hugged Zhi Xiaoduo around the waist from behind, glancing at Zhi Xiaoduo's phone. What are you buying? Xiang Cheng asked. I'm buying shoes, socks, and underwear for you, Zhi Xiaoduo said quietly, sliding his finger up. Above those entries were the loungewear and athletic shoes that he was buying for Xiang Cheng. Xiang Cheng replied, on Friday, I'll take you out to play. Zhi Xiaoduo. Where to? I haven't decided yet. Want to go? Are we spending the night? Of course, and I've prepared everything we'll need, Xiang Cheng whispered into his ear. I'm still a little, Zhi Xiaoduo's heart was beating wildly. Then you can mentally prepare yourself in these next 2 days, Xiang Cheng continued. Zhi Xiaoduo. Zhi Xiaoduo knew that this was Xiang Cheng's way of asking him to take it to the next step. Asking him to stay overnight meant that he wanted to confirm their relationship, and he couldn't help but grow nervous. Okay, Zhi Xiaoduo said. Friday night, I'll come and pick you up from work, Xiang Cheng promised. At 10 o'clock that night, they arrived at Zhi Xiaoduo's building. He wrapped his arms around Xiang Cheng's neck, and they kissed each other. Xiang Cheng wasn't yet satisfied after that, so he pulled Zhi Xiaoduo back and hugged him, and they kissed each other for almost half an hour. He then pressed Zhi Xiaoduo up against the stairwell, reaching his hand into his shirt to feel around. Today? Zhi Xiaoduo asked, gasping for air. Xiang Cheng grew a little more clear-headed at that, and he let out a sigh. He scrubbed his short hair before saying, the day after tomorrow. Good night. Zhi Xiaoduo was standing one stair up, which just so happened to make him even with Xiang Cheng, and he took the opportunity to kiss him on the cheek. Xiang Cheng made a visible effort to control himself so that he wouldn't explode. That's right, I bought this for you. From his bag, Xiang Cheng pulled out a bag that had been folded very flatly and handed it to Zhi Xiaoduo. Put it on when you head out the day after tomorrow. Okay. Zhi Xiaoduo thought that it was probably a t-shirt or pants. After Xiang Cheng and Zhi Xiaoduo bid each other farewell, Xiang Cheng turned and walked away along the street, through the light rain. His hands were stuck in his pockets, and from time to time he couldn't resist turning back to look at the balcony. A light turned on by the balcony, indicating that Zhi Xiaoduo was home. Before he forgot, Zhi Xiaoduo pulled out his washed clothes from the washing machine, which he had turned on in the morning. He peered out from the balcony, only to see that in the distance, Xiang Cheng was seemingly talking with someone standing under a street light. Zhi Ziaduo. The conversation didn't last long before Xiang Cheng walked away. Zhi Ziaduo lay on the sofa and opened up Xiang Cheng's gift, only for his face to redden to the tips of his ears. Inside the bag was a pair of white elastic underwear, made up of a few strips of cloth. There was also a silk youth-style Versace t-shirt printed with tiger stripes. The parts that didn't have the print were so thin that you could basically see through the silk. Zhi Ziaduo gulped, before putting on the t-shirt. He saw that in the mirror, he was basically half naked, and the outlines of his chest, his nipples, and the lines of his abs, could basically be seen clearly. He was wearing dress pants down below, but he could see the clear lines of his abdomen below his waist. He was going to wear this outside. Zhi Ziaduo was torn between laughing and crying. This was too exposed, and though to foreign models, this was probably considered wearing quite a bit, Zhi Ziaduo found it a bit hard to accept that he would be wearing basically nothing as he walked outside. It was, however, very breezy. Zhi Ziaduo held the underwear up, feeling as if he didn't want to look at them, but he also wanted to try them on. After thinking about it, he decided not to. "Do you like the present?" While he was having a meeting the next day, Xiang Cheng sent him a message. "Zhi Ziaduo, they're truly too perverted. Where did you find them?" "Xiang Cheng, I saw them while I was bored, and I felt that this outfit suited you. There are ones that reveal even more, but being too revealing isn't good either." Wang Ren was still holding the meeting when Xiang Cheng sent another message, with a picture attached this time. He asked, "Do you want to touch?" In the picture, Xiang Cheng wasn't showing his face, but he was wearing a t-shirt and underwear set in the same style as Zhi Ziaduo's. Xiang Cheng's body was slightly larger than Zhi Ziaduo's, but his set was black, and he had even lifted up the hem of his t-shirt, revealing his abs. He had shaved off the hair on his abdomen, and his skin was very clean. Under the constraints of that black gauzy underwear, the outline of the big thing between his legs could be clearly seen. That thing had a very thin layer wrapped around it, and was only half visible. Zhi Ziaduo's heart immediately began to beat wildly. "Wang Ren, Zhi Ziaduo." Zhi Ziaduo swiftly closed his WeChat, rambling on in his speech. ******. Xiang Cheng didn't come to pick him up that day, saying that he had something to do. Zhi Ziaduo's brain was filled with that picture, and after looking at it for a while, he almost wanted to use the picture to get himself off. He felt as if this was much more explosively powerful than those erotic pictures, and if it were to spread on the web, Xiang Cheng would probably instantly become a star. "Did you miss me?" Late at night, Xiang Cheng sent another text. "I didn't," Zhi Ziaduo replied. Actually, he was currently looking through his WeChat at their chat records. The moonlight stone anklet was glowing faintly around his ankle. "Xiang Cheng, I miss you. I miss you right now, can I come to your house?" "Zhi Ziaduo, you're back from your business trip? Have you eaten yet?" Xiang Cheng stopped responding. Zhi Ziaduo missed him very much, and he almost said, "Come to my house." But since they had already agreed on meeting tomorrow, they had to hold out in the face of this last obstacle. "Xiang Cheng, I'll go back and sleep for a bit, but I'm tired. I'll come pick you up tomorrow." Zhi Ziaduo checked his watch. It was already 12 o'clock at night, but Xiang Cheng wasn't home yet. "Where are you?" Zhi Ziaduo asked. Xiang Cheng tossed his cigarette away. He stood under the streetlights, his hands stuck in the pockets of his tracksuit, as he looked up at Zhi Ziaduo's balcony. A light shone there. "Xiang Cheng, I love you." "Zhi Ziaduo, I love you too. Are you driving right now?" "Xiang Cheng, N. Zhi Ziaduo, then why are you still texting? Focus on driving." Xiang Cheng smiled as he turned and ran onto the pedestrian pathway, preparing to go home. The next day, Zhi Xiaoduo changed into the t-shirt and underwear that Xiang Cheng had given him, before pulling on his suit over it. He really didn't dare to dress like that out, so he wore a jacket over it. Even with that, he still felt very ashamed when he stepped out, as if the people walking along kept looking at him. When he arrived at work, Zhi Xiaoduo spent the entire day out of it. As soon as he spoke to someone, he would feel his face redden, making all of his co-workers feel really odd. Even when Wang Ren came over to ask about something, Zhi Xiaoduo felt a little unable to find his tongue. That evening, Xiang Cheng called him. "I'm outside your office. Are you done?" Zhi Xiaoduo had finished his work very early. When he heard Xiang Cheng's voice, however, his nervousness rose to its max, and he immediately ran to the bathroom to look in the mirror. He kept feeling as if something wasn't right, but he packed his bag and ran out. Xiang Cheng was driving an SUV. "Ah! Xiang Cheng." "Hello," Zhi Xiaoduo replied. "Xiang Cheng." Xiang Cheng began to chuckle, before he stroked his face. He then turned and fastened his seat belt, before kissing him on the lips while he was at it. "Where are we going?" Zhi Xiaoduo asked. "I packed 2 days' worth of clothing, but I don't know if that'll be enough." Xiang Cheng asked, "What are you wearing inside?" Zhi Xiaoduo. Xiang Cheng was wearing a suit today, but he opened up the suit jacket with one hand and showed Zhi Xiaoduo. Inside, he was only wearing that black gauzy jacket, revealing his warm and sculpted muscles. "I'm wearing them," Zhi Xiaoduo said. With that, Xiang Cheng backed up, drove out of Binjiang Road, and left the city behind. Zhi Xiaoduo looked straight ahead, his heart thumping wildly. Xiang Cheng glanced at his watch, before saying, "We'll probably make it in time for dinner." Inside the Japanese-style restaurant, the lighting was dim but warm. The two of them went into their private room, and Xiang Cheng scooted over, letting Zhi Xiaoduo pick the dishes. This was the exact same Japanese-style restaurant that Zhi Xiaoduo had treated Xiang Cheng to when they went out for the first time. "I've been here before," Zhi Xiaoduo thought, but for some reason, he felt as if that day had been not too long ago. This, when compared with how they had met, did not match at all. "What's wrong? You've seemed out of it all day," Xiang Cheng's deep, rich voice asked. Zhi Xiaoduo slowly relaxed. The music in the store made him feel very comfortable, and he finally calmed down. He watched Xiang Cheng's hair, which, under the light, had taken on a dim sheen of light. "I found a house," Xiang Cheng said. "What do you think?" "Buy it." Zhi Xiaoduo replied. "Where is it?" Xiang Cheng thought for a moment, before replying, "Should we go take a look at it next week? I don't know if you'll like it or not." Zhi Xiaoduo, "Will we live together?" Xiang Cheng asked, "Are you willing to?" "You don't need to worry about moving, I'll do it. All you need to do is carry your bags in and move in, your name will be on it." Zhi Xiaoduo began to laugh at that. The corners of Xiang Cheng's mouth quirked up slightly, and there was a smile in his eyes as he watched Zhi Xiaoduo unblinkingly. Zhi Xiaoduo thought for a moment, before continuing, "Do you have enough for the down payment?" "I have enough." Xiang Cheng took the dish that the waiter handed him. He wiped his hands with a wet towel, before pouring out some soy sauce for Zhi Xiaoduo and mixing in mustard. "I've decided to quit my job and go to a friend's company instead. My salary's going up to 12,000. Zhi Xiaoduo said, "Then I'll support you." "Were you busy with this for the past few days?" Xiang Cheng replied, I finally managed to settle it, and today we should have a proper celebration." Xiang Cheng called for the dishes several times. They finally managed to finish their dinner on the verge of collapse from abstinence, and he drove away with Zhi Xiaoduo. They went up Lianhua mountain, and when they arrived at the hotel, Zhi Xiaoduo's nervousness had passed. Instead, he felt a little sleepy. It had begun to rain outside. Xiang Cheng ran outside to grab an umbrella, before running back inside and sprinting with Zhi Xiaoduo into the inn. They checked into their room, and the two of them took off their jackets. Their short hair was soaked. "Dry your hair, N." Before Zhi Xiaoduo could react, Xiang Cheng pressed him down on the bed and started to kiss him. "Marry me," Xiang Cheng's deep, rich voice said into his ear when their lips parted. "Okay," Zhi Xiaoduo replied, panting. Xiang Cheng pressed down on his wrists as they lay on the bed. Zhi Xiaoduo looked at his handsome face as he intimately kissed his shoulder. Xiang Cheng let out a burning hot breath, before reaching out and undoing his belt. He then pulled Zhi Xiaoduo's long pants down as well, and through their underwear, the two of them pressed their rods together, rubbing against each other's. "Ah!" Zhi Xiaoduo let out a shaky cry. "I miss you," Xiang Cheng said. "I think of you every day, and I almost went mad from thinking about you." "I love you," Zhi Xiaoduo whispered back. Xiang Cheng lowered his head, and through that half-see-through t-shirt, kissed Zhi Xiaoduo's body, all the way down to the tent in his underwear. Through the thin material, he lovingly kissed and licked at the outline of the tip of his cock, making Zhi Xiaoduo feel so good that he tensed up. Xiang Cheng seemed to have kissed all of Zhi Xiaoduo's body, not letting even a single inch of skin go untouched. Zhi Xiaoduo sat up, and through his black underwear, stroked Xiang Cheng's huge thing. Xiang Cheng said, "I don't want to do any more foreplay, let me in first." "Okay," Zhi Xiaoduo chuckled. Xiang Cheng dug out the lube in his bag, and without needing any direction, squeezed out quite a bit. He parted the straps of Zhi Xiaoduo's underwear, preparing to send himself right in. "Slow, a bit slower," Zhi Xiaoduo yelped. As soon as that thing went in, Zhi Xiaoduo felt so much pain that he thought he was going to die. Xiang Cheng didn't have any strength to continue either, as if entering was enough. From behind, he hugged Zhi Xiaoduo, helping him arch his body so that he was leaning up against Xiang Cheng's chest. Through his thin t-shirt, Xiang Cheng felt him up all over, before his fingers rubbed over his nipples. The combination of the cloth and Xiang Cheng's teasing made Zhi Xiaoduo's thing stand up once more. "Hello, brute," Zhi Xiaoduo said. "Do you like it?" Xiang Cheng asked into his ear, and before Zhi Xiaoduo could reply, he leaned in and kissed him. "Woo," Zhi Xiaoduo felt that the thing that was going into him had already gone as far as it could, and he gently thrust his abdomen forward a little, allowing it to go a little deeper. Xiang Cheng then began to thrust. But with only a few more thrusts, Xiang Cheng hugged Zhi Xiaoduo, suddenly thrusting all the way in. He then let out a coarse breath, before kissing him wildly. "I've come," Xiang Cheng said. "It's been too long since I've let myself loose, so it all came out at once." Zhi Xiaoduo was still feeling the pain, but he also felt that Xiang Cheng had shot a lot into him, and he couldn't resist laughing loudly. "Let me rest for a bit, then we'll go again," Xiang Cheng said despondently. "Don't leave me," Zhi Xiaoduo said quietly. "Loosen up a little." Xiang Cheng's thing was still half hard, and Zhi Xiaoduo let him turn them over. He himself was lying down, while Xiang Cheng came at him from the front. "You're really sexy," Zhi Xiaoduo whispered. "So are you." Xiang Cheng pressed a kiss to Zhi Xiaoduo's lips. "Yours is very big." And saying that, he used his fingers to tease Zhi Xiaoduo's hard cock. Zhi Xiaoduo said in reply, "That isn't important." "I like 0s like you," Xiang Cheng said, grasping Zhi Xiaoduo's thing. "You look very into it." "Ah, don't touch," Zhi Xiaoduo panted. "I'm going to come." Zhi Xiaoduo used his fingers to tease Xiang Cheng's chest, only to feel that Xiang Cheng's thing, which was still inside him, growing hard again. This time, Xiang Cheng slowly pulled out, slowly pushing back in again before he began to do it all over again. "Does it hurt?" Xiang Cheng asked. "No," Zhi Xiaoduo panted. "You're so gentle." I like that so much. Xiang Cheng's hard rod was impossibly domineering, and yet as it was accompanied by his gentle kisses and the slow in and out motions, that formed a dichotomy. The contrasting feeling sent an electric thrill through him, striking Zhi Xiaoduo right in the deepest part of his heart. The rain was falling harder and harder, creating the world's most beautiful melody. It echoed through their very souls, and as the rain pattered down outside and the storm raged on, it carried them towards their climax. This time, they did it for half an hour, and Zhi Xiaoduo and Xiang Cheng came at basically the same time. After they finished, Zhi Xiaoduo was red from his neck down to his chest, and his chrysanthemum was red and heated from Xiang Cheng's thrusting. The cum inside of him was on the verge of leaking out as well, and he looked completely fucked out. Let's take a bath. Xiang Cheng smoked a cigarette before carrying Zhi Xiaoduo into the bathroom. Xiang Cheng, Zhi Xiaoduo said. N. Xiang Cheng hugged Zhi Xiaoduo in front of him, his large hands covered in shower gel as he stroked his body. Zhi Xiaoduo stroked his chest and arms affectionately, feeling up along his shoulders to wrap his arms around his neck. Xiang Cheng's breathing once again quickened, and he lowered his head, kissing Zhi Xiaoduo ardently. What's up? Xiang Cheng asked quietly when their lips parted. Zhi Xiaoduo hummed as he leaned against him. Xiang Cheng chuckled. Why do you never use your words? Zhi Xiaoduo, let me wash you, don't move. Xiang Cheng, come, I'll let you take advantage of me however you want. Zhi Xiaoduo began to chuckle. He stroked Xiang Cheng's body, making Xiang Cheng grow hard again. Xiang Cheng lifted his head up slightly, his eyes shut. Water flowed across his naked, sculpted body, streaking down along his abs and his thighs. He felt the caresses of his fingers, and the thing between his legs grew erect once more. Zhi Xiaoduo took it in hand and toyed with it for a bit, before kneeling down on one knee and giving him a blowjob. Let's get out and continue playing, Xiang Cheng said. I still want to do it more in a bit. Woo. Zhi Xiaoduo pulled that thing out of his mouth, drying Xiang Cheng's calves off for him. When he got to the tops of Xiang Cheng's feet, he saw the moonlight stone glimmering with light. Ah, Zhi Xiaoduo said. It's so bright. What? Xiang Cheng looked down. Zhi Xiaoduo turned off the light in the bathroom, and both of their moonlight stone anklets glowed with a bright light, illuminating the entire bathroom. The purplish-blue light shone over their naked bodies, and it seemed almost as if motes of light were being released from them, dancing around both of their naked bodies. It was as if thousands of star-like flower petals were floating under their feet as they stood amidst the vast darkness of the night sky, the light illuminating their handsome faces. They've been fully charged. Zhi Xiaoduo smiled. Ignore them, Xiang Cheng replied, before taking the towel and wrapping Zhi Xiaoduo in it, returning them both to the bed. After the light was turned off, only the moonlight stones remained around their ankles. From time to time, they would rub against each other, or clink against each other. Xiang Cheng came in from the front this time, hugging Zhi Xiaoduo, letting him hook his legs around his waist as he kissed him. He then thrust back in with his thing again. This time, they did it for a whole 4 hours, to the point where Zhi Xiaoduo got very, very tired. It was only then that Xiang Cheng, completely satisfied, did he came inside him. I love you, Xiang Cheng, Zhi Xiaoduo said quietly. I love you, Xiaoduo. Xiang Cheng hugged him from behind. Their bodies were pressed tightly together, and Zhi Xiaoduo shut his eyes sleepily. Finally, as he succumbed to his sleepiness, he thought, having a boyfriend is so nice. The next morning, when Zhi Xiaoduo woke up, the sunlight streamed in brightly from outside. Xiang Cheng was leaned up against the headboard, reading a collection of poems. His skin was clean and refreshing, and Zhi Xiaoduo hugged him around the waist, reaching a hand out to touch here and there. Didn't you feel me up enough yesterday? Xiang Cheng said. Before he finished speaking, he freed up a hand and grabbed Zhi Xiaoduo's, placing it on his own chest, before wrapping his arm around Zhi Ziaduo's waist. No, Zhi Ziaduo laughed at that, before slumping his entire weight on Xiang Cheng. The feeling of their clean skin rubbing against each other was indescribable. "What are you reading?" Zhi Ziaduo asked. "Pushkin's poem anthology," Xiang Cheng said. "Believe me, happy days are coming soon." End chapter.